Hello Claremont, it's Friday again and it's really exciting because this is the final Friday of this half term, and what a strange half term it has been for all of us. Um, Adapting to the new situations, living under lockdown conditions, not being able to see our friends and family as much as we would like, but also it's been a half term of massive opportunity and learning how to use new applications and ways of communicating with each other, learning how to learn online, learning how to collaborate effectively when you're not in the room as the same people you're working with. All very, very strange, all very, very exciting, and all very difficult. So I'm really proud of every single one of you for all the efforts that you have gone to this half term to improve your learning and to carry on learning new things and to consolidate and build on what we have already learned. So well done to everybody. What a great, great end to this half term. Now we have a week's holiday coming up, so it's a week where you can recharge your batteries, quite literally in some cases, where you can just take your foot off the gas and relax. But remember, we are still under lockdown, so we still need to follow the rules that keep us safe. This week we were thinking about a safer internet day and how we can keep ourselves as safe as possible online. Now, all of the information that has gone out is really, really important. But the most important thing is that online learning and meeting people online is exactly the same as if you were to meet them face to face. Okay, you don't invite strangers into your house, so you shouldn't invite strangers into your virtual world. Okay, make sure that people that you are playing with, people that you are learning with, are people that you know and people that you are sure that they are who they say they are. That is really, really important, Claremont. It's so important. Also this week, we've been thinking about Chinese New Year. Gong Hei Fat Choi to everybody who is celebrating Chinese New Year today. And it's the year of the ox, I believe. So therefore, let's hope you have a wonderful, wonderful year. Okay, the ox traditionally is very hard working and tries their best to do everything as well as they can to be the best version of themselves that they can be. So let's all try to be oxes this year. Let's all work really, really hard, and let's all try our best to be the very best that we can be. Now, my assemblies the last few weeks have been focusing on some famous girls and women, and I'm going to continue that theme today, and I'm going to link it to our theme of Chinese New Year, and tell you a story from this wonderful book that I've got here. It's called Little Leaders, and it's about visionary women from around the world. Okay, these are women who have made a difference to the world around them. In some cases, they've made a small difference by doing the small things and watching those ripples echo out across the world. And in some cases, they've made a really, really huge difference to the world as we know it. As we talked about last week with Rosa Parks, by that simple act of refusing to give up her seat because she was just tired of being pushed around because of the colour of her skin, she made huge changes to America and huge changes to the rest of the world. Today, I'm going to talk about an astronomer, a poet, and a mathematician from China. And this lady was called Wang Zhenyi, and she lived from 1768 to 1797. So that's a very long time ago, a very, very long time ago. She was born into a family of scholars during the Jing dynasty. Zhenyi was fortunate to receive an education, which was rare for a girl in her time. Her grandfather had an extensive collection of books, something that was even rarer since the emperor was strict about what was acceptable literature. Imagine that. Girls weren't allowed to go to school, and people were told what they could and they couldn't read. She learned everything from astronomy, the study of the stars, and maths to poetry. She didn't spend all her time indoors though. She learned archery and equestrian art, so how to ride a horse as well. Most of what we know about Zhenyi comes from her writings. She left behind 12 volumes of poems and many academic papers. She used her poetry to describe and critique the world around her. She often wrote about the inequality between men and women, as well as other social injustices. If the emperor was strict about the books people could have, imagine how brave Zhenyi had to be to openly criticize him in her poetry. Zhenyi especially loved the stars and published several volumes of maths and astronomy for beginners. In her day, many of the phenomena in the sky were commonly considered supernatural or magic. She was confident that there was a logical explanation for cosmic events, and she proved it by explaining eclipses, so when the moon covers up the light of the sun. Using a table as Earth, a lamp as the sun, and a mirror as the moon, she demonstrated that when the three bodies line up, either the moon blocks our view of the sun, or the Earth blocks the sun's light from reaching the moon, thus forming an eclipse. Above all, she wanted to share her knowledge with people, so before she passed away, she made sure all her poems and academic papers would be kept safe. Many were published after her death. Zhenyi made a life for herself that was not constricted by rules of what a woman could or could not be. She saw a world with limitless possibilities for girls and potential for anyone to have the freedom to study whatever they want. What a brave and inspirational person there, someone that we can all learn from. Standing up when she saw injustice, speaking out when she saw things were wrong, doing the right thing because it was the right thing to do. Wow. That brings me on to my last section of the assembly today, and that is our celebration of all those children who have achieved their dojo certificates. 100, 200, 350, and even 550 dojo points now. And that's for working hard, making the right choices, and doing the right thing, because it's the right thing to do, and because it will help with your learning, and help with your understanding, and help you to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. So first of all, I've got the red badge, and the red badge this week is going to go to Mariam in year 3. Next, I have my orange badges for 200 dojo points. And this week, well done Matthew Lucas. Well done Grace. Well done Buckery. Well done Amna. Well done Amelia. The twins working well together. Well done Fezan. Excellent job. Excellent job, Fezan. Now we move on to our yellow certificates for 350 monster points. And this week, excuse me, I'll just sort them out, goes to Matthew Lucas. You've had a good week of catching up. Well done. Amelia, well done. I know you're working hard at home, so keep it up. Well done to Evie Rose. And well done to Harris. And now I have got my 550, my green badges. And these go to Isaac. Well done. Good work, Isaac. And to Zach. Well done to you. And of course, me being me, at the bottom of my pile, I've got some 100s and some 200s as well. So, well done for your red badge to Anurag and to Ella. And finally, a 200 catch up from last week. Well done to Jessica. I am so proud of all of you, and hopefully you can organise your piles of things a little bit better than I can. Apologies for that, got a little bit out of order, but these things happen. Right, Claremont, we're coming to the end of my assembly now and towards the end of this strangest of half terms. Remember, I spoke earlier in the half term about fear constricting us because we don't know what's going to happen sometimes. And I don't know how things are going to turn out after the holidays. But I do know when we come back, whether it is as a small group learning in school and a larger group learning at home, or with more of you in school after the 8th of March, we'll have to wait and see and find out. I know that our community will continue to build, will continue to grow stronger, and we will continue to try to be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be every single minute of every single day. Have a good half term, Claremont. Relax. Enjoy yourself. Remember to read lots. Look for maths in the world around you. It's everywhere, in every day, in everything. Have fun. Be safe, particularly when you are online. And come back to us either in person or virtually, ready to learn for another half term of amazing Claremont work. Take care, everybody. Remember that we love you, that we miss you, and we can't wait to rebuild our community. Have a fantastic half term. Goodbye.